Out of the 8 billion podcasts that claim to talk about sports, 99% of them talk football and basketball. And that's about it. That's because they don't know about anything else. And they bore you to tears. Welcome to the Sportsocracy, the Ocho, where sports meets comedy, sports analysis, laughs, and the occasional debate that'll likely blow the roof off. We're rowdy and loud and bringing the party straight to your ears.
The party has arrived.
And by the way, you don't have to be a sports fan to like this show, because we're pretty damned awesome, even when we're not talking sports. From baseball to hockey to wrestling to the UFC and beyond, we love it, and we're talking about it. And now your hosts, Armchair, hailing from Canada. He's a sports encyclopedia. And Dubs, the quintessential masshole who's always down for some lively banter and a little bit of the green stuff. And we're not talking about the outfield grass. Let's rock this. This is the Sportsocracy, the Ocho.
What up, everyone? Welcome back. It is, hey, happy Valentine's Day, Dubs.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day, Armchair. Glad you can reserve 8 p.m. on your Valentine's Day to come hang out with the single folk.
Well, you know, it's for the people. It's for the people. We are about the people. I am, of course.
I mean, if you're a real pro, you do it a day. You don't do your shit on Valentine's Day. Can't be booking reservations and shit when the masses are there.
I will listen. I'm going to tell you right. I'm not that guy. I'm not the. There we go. Scared me for a second.
No, you're back.
My connection is poo today. So yeah. My Wi-Fi is duty today. I don't know what's going on with it. So we'll see if it holds up. Appreciate you jumping in. We got Welch in there. Dubs can carry it. I have always said that Valentine's Day is overrated. The worst,
the worst holiday out there
on planet Earth. I think that if you want to show someone that you care about them, $40 steak that's normally $20 is not the answer. Do it every other day and then skip today, which is exactly what I've done my entire life.
That's the way to do it.
Is hot trash. Hey, we had some we had All-Star break happened, and last week we were baseball heavy, but hockey's back, and man, we had some fun. Can we get right into Ottawa Senators, Toronto Maple Leafs?
Let's do it. Start with the fireworks.
Battle of Ontario.
I know your take on this, but there's been so many. It's been so split. I felt like this was kind of like a clear, like, this is the take people are going to have, and that was not the case at all. Everyone was all over the place.
So for those that don't know, Ridley Greig, Battle of Ontario is always a heated kind of deal anyway. Ottawa beats Toronto.
Toronto thinks they're the capital. Ottawa is the capital.
Yeah. Look at Dubs with the geography knowledge.
Got you, dude. Actually, one of my strong suits. My 7th grade geography teacher won't tell you that, but that's because she was.
People suck.
Tough. She was tough.
Ridley Greig on a wide open net opts for the good old fashioned clapper, the slap shot. Now, you're not supposed to slap shot into an empty net.
That's sick though.
But I got to tell you, it was the bat flip of empty net goals.
Correct. It was the fucking pimped an empty net goal.
I loved every second of it. I wish we had more of it. Right after that, Morgan Riley comes over.
Hold on. After he slapped it in, he just comes back up the ice like nothing. Like he just tapped it in like a normal empty net goal. It
was beautiful.
It was awesome. It was textbook showboating without actually showboating.
Yeah. And we're gonna talk about some of the fallout after. Morgan Riley gets a 5-game suspension because instead of doing what everyone's done So if this happened to Boston, I can totally see Marchand coming after the guy, but trying to drop fists. Like you grab him by the jersey and you try to throw.
Or they would do that Bruins thing where there's like 12 of them all in a mass, where there's like actually 4 of them beating the shit out of you.
But... Yeah, but like you don't see that, and someone might get suspended from it. But what you don't do, and this is just frowned upon in hockey in general, ask Todd Bertuzzi, is hit people in the face.
That's the first thought I had too. Was Todd Bertuzzi
with your sticks? You can't just in the face, and that's kind of what he did. And so like I first off, if you don't want to have a clapper in your empty net,
wait, how about that? How about don't lose to the redheaded stepchild of the Atlantic? How about let's not do that?
How about don't lose to Ottawa, who is abysmal at best?
Correct. And now your only defenseman that's worth a shit is out 5 games, and you're 4th in the division.
Yeah. One last night against the Blues, but that's kind of irrelevant. It's right. The point is you've put yourself behind because you got careless, and people were like, "Oh, I really want to see more grit from the Leafs." That's not it. That's not grit. That's clown shit.
Clown behavior.
Grit would have been like
he should have thrown his gloves down the minute the fucking slap shot went into the back of the net and gone over and punched him right in the fucking mouth, whether his gloves were off or not. You can't cross-check him in the face.
No, you throw hands, and I think that's the appropriate response is throwing hands. The appropriate response is not let me cross-check your face.
And like
it's so dumb.
This will lead to our top of the tops with we're doing worst unwritten rules in sports, the ones we hate the most. Yeah. And is this going to be on your list? Let's give a little preview.
I think this might have to be. I didn't realize that this was as like you said, I thought there was like a clear take here, which is you probably shouldn't drop a dirty clapper in the, top cheddar in the empty cage, but it's not
the same. We'll get to it. It's the same thing as like plunk, like fucking pimping a home run, like you said, and then you get plunked. Like that's kind of how it goes, and that's
just the way it is. But
to bring in the cross check, hit him in the face like that, it was just a little bit extra. And again, that's going to be a huge hit to Toronto. I'm curious if it makes them scramble a little bit here before the deadline with Riley out.
I'm going to tell you, I think they're going to be better
without him.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because now they have to play a team game. So like this is Toronto's problem. This has been their problem their entire time. How many superstars do they have on that team?
4.
Right. Is this the Miami Heat?
No, I'm just kidding. 5. They have 5. Morgan Riley is too.
Are we in the NBA? Or like, did everyone take their talents to the 6? Like, this isn't how hockey teams are built. There is too much pressure on those guys to do everything, and they try to do too much. Last night against the Blues, they had basically a unknown call-up score a hattie.
Yep.
You know how that happens? When Austin Matthews isn't trying to score 200 goals in a season. When Marner and Riley were both out, I think Tavares was out too with flu-like symptoms. They're missing almost everyone last night, and except for Matthews, complete.
Yeah, Matthews was the only one that played out of the top guys. He's right.
Are we still here? Okay, good.
You're back. You're back. You cut for a second, but we're good.
I apologize. I apologize, everyone. We're gonna get the Wi-Fi thing figured out. It's a new computer, and it's acting a little wonky. So,
Bobby McMahon put up 3 goals though, and that was again, like you said, an absence of Tavares and Riley and Marner. Yeah, all those guys.
So, like, they play a complete game. So I think they're going to be better. This is what they need to do. They need to trade Mitch Marner like yesterday.
Like yesterday.
Like go
as soon like once you decided in your head you were going to sign Nylander is when you should have traded Marner, and then you should have signed Nylander.
You trade Marner
because now your cards are on the table, and everybody's going to be like, "Well, you can't keep him anyway." So my
trade
price
him
is going
for
to be
a
lower.
true stay-at-home defenseman, like
Correct.
a proper get the puck out, get guys from an near goalie, like a real defenseman. Get one of those. That would be my suggestion. I don't think they're going to do it.
I agree. And
it won't happen. It won't happen.
To bring this back to where we started with the whole Morgan Riley suspension, it was really similar to, remember we talked about the Red Wings and Senators, the same team actually, when Perron got suspended for the cross-check on Zub. That was a couple weeks ago, a month ago, whatever it was. It reminds me of that.
Yeah.
And he got one game less, which I feel like is probably just because of the pimping of the slap shot into the empty net. But I mean, it really was similar. And I wanted to ask you if like you think 6 games, 5 games, that thing is justified for like something like that. Because I feel like there's people that are going to be upset
100%.
about that and be like, well, he took mainly Leafs fans. Well, he slap shot into an empty net. Like it's the unwritten rule of hockey. Still shouldn't go for a guy's head like that.
No. I think that they screwed I think they got the right amount of games. I know that it's a first-time offense. I know that Leaf fans are going to be particularly. I know they're going to be particularly salty about it because it's 5 games. You can't hit a guy in the head with your stick because he hurts you in your feelings. Like you got to, and Morgan Riley's a leader. He's one of knighted. He's got to be the guy that's going to answer the call, and that's not like you can answer it better.
I was going to go right into that. I was going to try to defend him in that stance. Like, of course, you have to do something. You have to do something. So I understand.
Agreed.
I get that part, but again, it could have been handled better and
way better.
Heat of the moment, I get it. Like we've all played sports. Shit happens. Somebody goes after somebody on your team. It's just fucking bang. But
it sucks.
At the end of the day, it's exactly do better. And you put your team at risk when you really can't have that. If you are that leader, you know you're the only defenseman on the team that's really worth a shit. Can't be missing 5, 6, whatever, how many games due to, basically just overheating.
Well, clown shit. It's
clown shit. You're right. Clown shit. That's what I should call it.
Unfortunately, it's just acting a fool for the sake of acting a fool. We don't have any
fucking win. It won't happen. The Maple Leafs should be doing a whole lot more winning than they are.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. Baseball signing.
Jorge Soler.
Gone from the free agent market.
Miami to San Francisco is just about the farthest move you can make in the MLB. Distance-wise, that's a hike.
That is a bit of a hike. I mean, he could have gone Miami to Seattle, I guess.
Right, that was the only other one I was thinking.
Yeah, up and all the way west.
I also don't know that you talk about geography. I don't know where like Anaheim and shit is in California. Sorry, East Coast, but
I think it's
they might be close.
North, but yeah, they're in trouble. How do you feel about it? I wanted Soler. I was hoping that the Jays would make some sort of.
My baseball team is such a clown show. They're going to put it on Netflix for America to watch because it's going to pull in ratings. So everyone going, remember when you guys won 4 championships? That was fun, wasn't it?
Long way away from that, aren't we?
So fucking far. You want a right-handed power bat? Crazy. It's like you could have paid $13 million to have one that wanted to be here, but he's in Toronto. Enjoy him, armchair. I can't. It literally, like, I go blind rage every time we talk about the Red Sox. I'm sure, and we need to get him on here. I keep saying it. John Ball. Every time in the Discord he posts about the Red Sox, he rips the soul out of my body just a little bit more.
Can't help it, man. They're not very good.
It's bad. It's so bad.
Nothing good that's going to happen there.
Rafael Devers is like giving a Rolex to a homeless person. It's ridiculous.
Does he even want to play this year? I mean, all those guys will.
I wouldn't. And I wouldn't blame if he was like, sorry, I'm going to take the year off. Just really get jacked. Just I wouldn't even blame him. I'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be there either.
But I always wonder.
Did you see Craig Breslow's interview?
No.
He was like, they asked him how we were going to be. They asked how the Red Sox were going to be this year. And he's like, it's a tough division, It's a tough division. First words out of his mouth.
We're not even like pitchers and catchers have just reported.
Yeah, he's like, we're going to
he's like, it's not looking
fucked.
Good. Don't ask the Magic 8
We
Ball.
are fucked.
You better pick another sport because it's getting ugly out there. It's real bad. I got
Jason Tatum. We're like 8 games up in the East. We're all right.
I like Soler. I wanted him. He can mash.
I wanted him. I knew he wouldn't get him. He would have been awesome in Fenway.
This is Scott Boras special though.
Oh,
he's got I think 4 of the 5 remaining like top free agents, and he is slow playing the hell out of this market. So he's like, they're gonna get desperate, man. They're gonna get desperate. Don't pick up the phone.
They're gonna want people. Don't touch that phone.
You just gotta hold the line, man.
There's like a 1.5-minute sketch out there that we could make. Scott Boras just being like, don't touch the phone. Don't you touch that phone. It'd be fantastic. Don't fucking do it. He just gets like darker and darker each time. They're gonna be so desperate. Oh yeah, I'm right. I'm gonna write that. We're gonna be all right.
We'll perform. It'll be fine. So like it's a pretty light lead tonight. To be honest with you, we're
I mean, we got 15 minutes out of the Maple Leafs. There's a lot to talk about there. Lots to unpack.
Valtteri Bottas might be my favorite F1 racer of all time.
He's so good. He's the best. I like him more and more every single time I see him. Every time he's the best. I would love to just have a drink with Valtteri Bottas. How about you see the car releases? I meant to talk about this with you last week, but now there's even more out. Do you have any that stick out? Like I know the steak one has been kind of rubbing people the wrong way. Everyone's hyped about
how you feel about
the Toro Rosso from AlphaTauri.
Cash App Toro Rosso.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. I liked the steak livery, but I understand. Like everyone was like F1 career mode livery, and I was like, yeah, it is 100%. It is, but
it kind of feels that way.
I like it. It's different. It's gonna be. They're also only using it for a year, and then they're going to Aston Martin.
Yeah, so look, Ferrari's nice because they're always nice. Red's just iconic. Yeah. Aston Martin looks good.
Not Aston Martin. What did I say?
They're going to Audi, aren't they?
Audi, thank you. I was the other A one. Yeah. Jesus. I just had a full brain fart.
Mercedes looks clean. It's a really nice look.
That was one where I was like, that looks way better than last year. Yeah. I liked it more than last year's Mercedes. Didn't feel like Mercedes to me.
No,
they strayed a bit. It looked like
Visa Cash App Red Bull.
The Visa Cash App Toro Rosso Red Bull is that's the best.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I mean the only other thing
that's Carter's going to look awesome in that. That's all I know. The
Christian Horner's
Alpine went back to the pink too.
Oh, I love the pink, man. Throwback to Force India days.
Oh yeah,
let's get some Force India pink. Yeah. Christian Horner's in a bit of hot water. Can't figure out.
He will be at the car reveal tomorrow, though, and I guarantee anyone who is anybody in Red Bull was like, "Shut up!
Yeah,
you don't say a word. You're just gonna stand there and wave. That's it. You don't say a word."
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Keep that shit under wraps real fast.
And it's been pretty heavy under wraps.
Yeah, apparently he's just not fun to work with. He's a bit of a overbearing. Or there was rumors that it was like sexual in nature, but I think that was cleared. And now it's actually just that he's a really big dick. Like he's just really hard to work with. And to me, I'm like, if that's the worst, this to me reeks of Mercedes trying to level the playing field after Horner leaked that Susie and Toto were sharing information between the two different entities, and he shouldn't have been getting it. And Christian kind of playing the politics of it. I feel like this is a Toto and back, back.
I can see it. I like it. F1 is shiesty, man. They underhanded. It's a fucking bloodbath out there between all the different teams.
There's no love lost
between anybody.
And then you'll see them all at dinner, and you're like,
they'll be like, "Fuck that guy." And then when they're hanging out on the track, like,
yeah,
buddy.
They'll have dinner together, and then
exactly
occurs.
They go home and like take a sip out of a glass. It rose up out of the coffee table on a platform, throw a dart right at their face on the wall.
Yeah. All right, let's move into top of the tops.
Absolutely. Go to get my phone out for this.
We're talking about rules, trash that is rules.
Unwritten rules. We got some we got some internet connections issues with Armchair, no worries, but we're doing top of the tops as always. We got the unwritten rules, the ones that we hate the most. Just like, you know what I mean? There's so many unwritten rules in sports. For example, the whole, like we talked about earlier, hitting a home run, just watching her go for a few seconds. You get drilled in the ribs. You get Spalding, Rawlings, whatever you want, tattooed on your ribs for a couple weeks. But if a pitcher strikes you out, they can sit there and fuck yeah, fist pump, yell, scream, do whatever they want. But a batter can't launch a home run, go. Things like that. That is the basis for our top of the tops tonight. But Armchair, I think you're doing a little bit better connection-wise now.
I think so.
I think
we'll see. This is look, we got the new setup, as you can tell. Camera significantly better. We're running smoother. I have been able to have more things open, but it is on Wi-Fi, which means it's a Bluetooth dongle, which is a pain in the ass.
Happens.
But
all right, we're moving up in the world. Next week we're gonna be cooking.
Yeah, we're working on it. My obviously pimping a home run is in that list. I think that the one that I always hated was don't steal a base when you're up. Like when you're up big, you're up like 5 or 6, you don't go stealing bags.
Yep, that's a good one. I kind of have that one generalized with like not running up the score in general.
Stop me.
Exactly.
Just stop me.
Like, remember the Raiders-Chargers game? How much everyone was like, Jesus. Like, that got talked about for days and days and days. And guess what? It got Brandon Staley fired. Rightfully so. He should have been for the longest time. But things like that, like, it gets people talking. It makes you interested in the game, whether it's, like, obviously the people that got beat and the score ran up on aren't going to be happy about it. They're going to bitch. They're going to moan. Whatever. Stop me, like you said. If you don't want me to slap shot into an empty net, how about win? You're a better team than us. Win.
Like, it's just win. I don't understand. I don't understand why they
I get the sportsmanship part of it. Whatever, man. We're in the pros. If I'm that much better than you, I'm going to show it. Sorry.
So
Dolphins running up the score on the Broncos. How much was that talked about? Everyone was like, Miami's the best team in the league. Like, it was awesome. It was a talking point all week. Everyone was. It's dumb that we don't, and it goes with the stealing bases thing. Like, yeah, of course I'm going to steal. I'm trying to win.
Sportsmanship is for the Olympics. It's for youth sport.
Love that you said that.
It's for after. It's for after the game. I think that you can show respect to your opponent and still bury them.
Correct.
I think that you should absolutely like. I do not understand the air. Like, I can't imagine Patrick Waugh going to dinner with a whole bunch of like Maple Leafs and then going to play them.
No,
you know what I mean. Like, that just wouldn't happen in the 90s. They didn't really do that.
Red Sox, Yankees.
Like, you're just not going to see it. I could like Aaron Judge will take it. Jose Altuve. Happening here? Why are you going out like? It's a little weird. I'm fine. I think that respecting your opponent is fine. You can respect how they play. You can respect how they go about their business. But when I look at it, I go, I still want my team to be your team, and I want them to do it by as much as possible. We're not going to be like, it's not t-ball. There's no rule of, there's no like, oh yeah, you're not getting, you got 10 runs. We're gonna team that. It's these are like incentivized on their statistics. Like they're genuinely paid on statistics. The guys in baseball in particular are paid on how well they hit, how many hits they get, how many, like what their batting average is, how many bases they steal. So if you have an opportunity to run that number up against an opponent who is playing like dog water, you should be taking it every chance you could get.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It makes no sense. It's the same thing like if you're playing your money any other way. You want to show yourself at the highest value possible. Why wouldn't 100%. They want to? It doesn't make sense. And like you said, especially in a sport like baseball. So 100% that should be on there. Here's one I got for you based on like what you said with the Olympics. This is something that's just always, it's not like I get it, it's fine, but it's just always bugged me. It's honestly, it's because I'm super impatient. National anthem before every single sporting event ever. Do we need to do it every time? No. Every single time?
Olympics only. It was a wartime. So it was a wartime thing, like World Wars. That's when it came in. They started playing it to ensure patriotism. I love my country. I'm sure you love your country.
Correct. It's the only thing we can get everybody in a building to do together. That's it. That's the only thing. But so I appreciate it for that.
I really hate it.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Truly,
like
it
takes so much time, especially when you're at a sporting event and you're just standing there like this with your beer or whatever you got, like just waiting for like, oh my God. Again, it's probably because of my impatient nature, but it bothers the fuck out of me, man. Olympics only.
I'd rather have an opening act. Give me an opening act.
Correct. That'd be awesome.
Right. Tonight's that's or whatever, you know what I mean? Like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg are here, and yeah.
Kelvin Joyner said putting your backups in when you're running up the score on somebody. No mercy, sweep the knee. Love that. But it's exactly what we're talking about, right? I understand it from a perspective like you got to preserve your guys. You don't want to get them hurt. But at the same time, they want to be out there. They want to run up the score on the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Especially if it's a division rival that maybe beat them the time before. I'm with you. Sweep the knee. I think that should be the rallying cry for like run up the score. Sweep the knee.
That means players playing. Also, and I can't stand it any of
the exactly, Joyner. Exactly what I was saying. It's exactly. This Chargers got a gift from that. Another one for me is tossing back a home run ball from the other team. Again, this might be a personal bias. I've been to a fuckload of baseball games. I've never caught a ball. Foul ball, home run ball, nothing. Just don't have the luck for it. But if I were to get one, at this point in my life, I've gone so long without getting one. I don't give a fuck who hits it. I'm taking it. I'm keeping it. So the fact that people will be like, hey, throw it back. You might get peer pressured into it. Not me. I'm not doing it. I'm going to pocket it. I'm going to tell you every single reason why that I'm going to pocket it. But it's not going. So that's another one. Don't like that unwritten rule. I think if you get a souvenir from the game, again, I've gone 20 years of baseball games without catching a ball. You should keep that. Enjoy that ball. That's yours. You got it. You picked the seats. You earned it. Trying to see if I have another one here. This again goes with the running up the score, and this one's football, but onside kicking. I think you should be able to onside kick anytime. I don't give a Run up the score. Fuck it. If you can't get the onside kick from me and we're that far apart, talent-wise, production, whatever it may be, that's on you, guy. That's not on me. Coach something up. Put everyone where I'm going to onside kick it. Do something. Get the ball from me. You shouldn't be able to. So if you're up 21 points, fuck it. Onside kick it. I'm all for it. The Raiders should have been doing that against Staley. I think Armchair is going to reset his things here. So we will run through this here. But the whole Raiders Chargers running up the score shit, I'm all for it. I don't know if people watched Last Chance U, but like when they were doing the MCC community college, Mississippi Community College, whatever it was, Buddy Stevens, I think was his name, the coach down there. They go, dadgummit, that guy. That guy ran up the score all the time, and everybody around the conference hated him. But again, it's the same thing with the Leafs and the Senators. Beat me. How about that? If you beat me, I won't have to run up the score. If you're good enough to do this to me, then do it. And nobody's going to do that. So, fuck are we talking about, man? That's always been stupid to me. I don't think you should do it in like high school sports or maybe high school, but like youth sports, you shouldn't be running up the score. You got to teach people that shit. You know what I mean? You have some egomaniac out there like Bryce Harper is just like, I'm pimping 500-foot home runs at 15. I'm like, why am I going to shake hands with the other team? That's not what I do. I'm Bryce Harper. You get some kid like that if you end up playing that way. But professional sports, like Armchair said, it's monetized. You're getting paid to do that. You should be getting paid to make sure somebody can't do that to you. And if you are getting paid an exorbitant amount of money like every sport is, be better. Oh, there he is. He got back in. No worries. I'm ranting about running up the score. You're good.
That's all right. I went on the laptop. I don't want to play games, and the laptop has never done this to me, so
fair.
We're fine. Listen, running up the score is completely acceptable in my books.
It goes back to stop me. Fuck it, stop me.
Like, I dare you, just finish. Just don't let me score. If that's the problem, don't let me score. Oh, you don't need Tao. Don't even worry about it. We're having mad internet problems. It's been an interesting episode for sure.
Yeah, no worries.
Dub's been doing the heavy lifting.
Got the backpack today.
Yeah,
Matty backpacks.
Yeah, the playback is going to be old AC dropping out halfway through and then coming back. Nonsense. Whatever, man.
So I ran through my list of unwritten rules that suck. I don't know if you have any left, but pimping home runs can't. I was talking about can't onside kick when you're up a lot. Like it goes to the same thing with running up the score. If you can't stop me doing an onside kick, then what the fuck are we doing out here? You shouldn't be on the same field as me. It's completely tilted to your side.
Goalies trying to score, empty netters. I think that it's frowned upon a lot of the time, usually because goalies have a terrible shot and it usually leads to them letting in a goal.
Right.
But I think that
gotta line it up.
Give me more goalie goals. Give me more attempts. I love to see a goalie go for it.
It's the last good call Jack Edwards had. It's the goalie goal last year. Hasn't had one good one since.
God, that guy has been he's something else.
Yeah,
Jack Edwards.
That guy got rolled up, ground, spin, like he's done.
Yeah.
Guy's done.
Yeah. The only other one that I wanted to mention kind of ties into, I think it was one of the 2 editions that I dropped of the newsletter last week. Talked about the Waste Management Open. It is the most exciting tournament in golf. I don't care about I like the Masters. I like all of those tourneys. However, give me Waste Management any day of the week because it's loud. People cheer, people boo, and you just don't see that in other tournaments. So I don't like that the unwritten rule is that in golf you have to be polite and give me full cheers. Give me full boos. Can you imagine you're playing the British Open, it's windy AF, Rory's on the tee and he like puts it in the sand and everyone just started like booing and jeering him, how much better that would be. Like,
right.
I want Rory to be like, and if he hit it, it would be huge. Like if you win that tourney, it would be massive. So give me cheering in golf. Give me more of that.
I'm not a golf guy. I'm saving it for a time where I'm, older in life. My knees aren't as good. Wearing khakis a lot. That kind of vibe. And I'm kind of saving golf for later down the line. It's just not my type of style right now. But if it were more, upbeat and like people could cheer and we had some, we had a Happy Gilmore type character. Yeah, I'm in there. You know what I mean?
Some attitude.
Like the only bowler I know other than Mookie Betts is Pete Weber. And that's because he talked the most shit.
Fucking love Pete Weber.
Pete Weber's the best. Who the fuck do you think you are? I am.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I am. He's the best. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Cal's there. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You come up here in the summertime. We'll hit the links. I'll get down there too. I gotta get down to see you guys.
I still have life in these knees, and I'm gonna do sports that require that until I can't. And then, like when I can't move more,
they go quick though.
I know they will, 100%. I'm not a pro athlete. That's what I mean. I only have a few years left, and I need to savor that. I can't get into golf right now.
Yeah, you can't. Don't do it.
I can bet on it.
Also, it's expensive. Speaking
super expensive. I didn't come up in a.
How'd you feel about yesterday's surprise newsletter?
Loved it. Big time surprise. Yeah. Dropping little gems.
Little DFS
gems.
What did I say would be good if it didn't happen, and then they did it anyway? Said Kings will be great as long as they don't lay a stinker against Buffalo. And then they laid the worst stinker against Buffalo in the history of the Kings.
I had one bet, I had two bets yesterday, and one of them was fading myself because I was scared, and then the other one was Domantas Sabonis triple-double. Fuck it. 3 for 3 against the Suns this year for triple-doubles. Domantas Sabonis. Stud. Unreal. We did already cover Riley getting 5 games. Tough time to take that. Don't want him to slap shot on your empty net. How about don't have an empty net? Maybe win. Beat the Senators. Redheaded stepchild of the Atlantic, and you can't put him away. You're supposed to be a top tier contender. Absolutely not.
I don't understand it. It's funny. Yeah, Riley should have gotten 5 games, in my opinion. He wouldn't have gotten 5 games if he had dropped the mitts and solved things like regular hockey people have solved things.
He's right. He should have had a Michigan.
So I guess that'll before we get into NHL power rankings, now that I'm a little more stable on connection.
Do you think if he hit a Michigan that he wouldn't have got like the suspension would have been less?
It would have been worse. It would have been way worse. I think that if you hit a Michigan in the game, and we've seen Zegras do one, we've seen
empty netting a Michigan.
Have any of those guys got cross-checked in the face?
No.
A Michigan is more disrespectful than a slapper in an empty cage, is it not?
Right, but I'm saying if he Michiganed the empty net.
Yeah, I'm in. Do it. I want to see more. I want to see more empty net gems. Empty net goals should be like bat flips.
Doesn't Ovechkin just get most empty net goals like ever?
Probably. Yeah. Breaking records. He's on a goal streak right now.
6 in a row, I think.
6 in a row. He actually managed to get one against Colorado. I thought that would be tough. It was a tougher matchup. They still lost. But he's
wash talk might have came a little too quick.
It always does.
That team's just so bad. It's hard to be like awful. It's hard to score at all when you're the Capitals right now. Can you name a center on that roster?
No, Kuznetsov's a winger. Ovi's there. Is the big goon still there?
Tom Wilson.
Tom Wilson, is he a center?
He's not a center.
That'd be funny.
They got issues. That's a bad team.
It's a really bad team. That's a really bad team. Yeah, I mean, look, don't don't lose to Ottawa. You won't have to worry about Ottawa showing you up. Also, any sport that allows hot dogging instantly has my vote. You know why NASCAR is fun? Because those guys hot dog all the time. You know why people love F1? Because the drama and the politics. It's like, you race, you beat the guy, or you run him off the road. This is why people don't love baseball as much, because they were like, hold on, you can't score too many runs. And also when you hit a home run, you need to tip the cap to the pitcher and say, thank you very much. And appreciate it. Let's
appreciate you serving me up a meatball, sir. I will never forget your services.
I would really, really rather more hot dogging in all sports. Give me hot dogging.
If NASCAR, if you can do that shit at fucking 200 miles an hour, you should be able to do it at any other sport.
Buddy that did the he used the wall.
Yeah,
people were freaking out.
Fuck, who was that? Eric Almirola? Is that right?
I think so. He was like, it's like I'm out for a rip, boys. And
that shit was epic. That's literally what you do in the video game. Like when you're down, I used to play NASCAR video games all the time. You're down. You're like, I'm just gonna grind the wall in the last lap and hope I fucking make it.
Just punch it, baby. Just punch it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
awesome. That was the most coverage NASCAR got in the last 20 years since Dale Earnhardt died, for sure.
Yeah. Bring back the roids.
While we're on this is very Ocho news. Did you see that guy got the he's trying to make a patent or a clearance or whatever the fuck to do the roided Olympics?
Yeah.
I'm so in. Let's see how far we can push the human body. I want a guy out there that's double the size of Barry Bonds doing a hammer throw and just see if he can touch the fucking moon. Let's do it. I'm
really curious what the impact is going to be, because I don't know if it's going to be as good as we think it is.
It's not.
I think that's one of those ones where it's like, oh yeah, they're just going to be twice as strong, and I'm like, I don't think so. I think that they're going to be average athletes who just have really great show muscles. It's just
it's going to be the XFL of the Olympics. It's going to be awesome, but it's not going to be what we think it is.
Who's the he hate me of XFL of the
Bob Sapp?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right, I guess we should get into
but yeah, you're right. We should.
Let's get into some power rankings. Let's have some fun with it.
Let me I want to start on 23, I think, tonight. I'll just breeze through the other ones. We got Blackhawks 32, 31 Sharks, 30 is the Ducks, 29 is the Jackets. Also Macklin in the middle, San Jose and Anaheim.
Yeah.
Macklin Celebrini, stud. Canadians 28, Sabres 27, Caps 26. Sorry, Tao. 25. Coyotes. 24 are the Wild, which might be the deadest franchise in the NHL. But anyway, 23, we've got the New York Fighting Patrick Roy's. The only thing fun about them is Patrick Roy's descent into becoming Herb Brooks slowly by slowly. Did you see them bag skating the team this morning?
Yeah.
It was literally a miracle scene. It was hilarious.
22,
the Pittsburgh Penguins. I am one of these people that was like, they'll figure it out as the Penguins. I don't know if they're gonna. I think it's done. It might be done. Remember we said Ovechkin was done?
Yeah, they might be.
I think it's the Penguins.
I thought Crosby was done 2 years ago. And he's performed. I just think that he doesn't have anything to prove.
No, he doesn't. And that team's like that core. Need to win? That core's not going to win anymore. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
They're not winning.
Time to go on your Wayne Gretzky, roadshow, and go play for a couple other contenders to get a couple extra cups.
Tampa Bay, we need Sid the kid somewhere. I don't know. Figure out a rhyme that works. 21, the Kraken. They just don't score. Bjorkstrand and Tolvanen are they're tied for second on the team in points, and they have combined for 3 goals in their last 11 games. Combined for 3.
So do you want to hear the stat of the day?
Yeah, let's get it.
And I heard this from I think it was Steve Dangle podcast that had this on.
Love it.
The Seattle Kraken currently have the best shooting percentage ever.
Because they shoot like 10 times a night.
Ever. They're scoring, like their like converted goals is higher than any team in history. They're shooting way above their weight. Like this is like it's eventually this will fall for them, but they are absolutely, I think it was something like 11 or 12% as a team. That's
actually crazy.
That's stupid. Seattle Kraken shooting the lights out. Shout out Steve Dangle podcast.
Shout out. 20 Senators. They have actually been pretty hot. 7-2-2 in their last 11. Kachuk's been killing it. Their 5-on-5 metrics are good. And
back-to-back games of goals. He's good.
Love that shit. 19 Predators. Nashville's 3-6-1 in its last 10 games, and I really struggled to put them over the Senators. Looking back at it now, you've got me enough time in between me doing this and me reading it that I think I should have. Regardless, a lot of those losses are because they can't score. I know for a while there they were putting up under 3 goals a night, and they had a winning streak in there in that span, which is kind of wild. Just not a really good team. That first line is really good, and outside of that, they don't have much. 18, the Calgary Flames. Huberdeau and whoever's left on that team have actually been playing pretty well finally, but they shipped out everybody else that was worth a shit. So
they did.
Tough stuff for Calgary. We got the Kings at 17. They shut out the Oilers, which was like, that's actually really impressive. Nobody ever shuts out the Oilers. And then they got blown out 7-0 by the Sabres. So
that was anyone that gets the newsletter, appreciate you for getting the newsletter. I told you if they lay an egg, that was the only thing that would set them off, and they laid the egg of all eggs.
The egg of all eggs.
Darnell Nurse came through big time, so
sure did.
Chef's kiss.
DFS, let's go. Armchair's dropping bangers in the newsletter. Please subscribe. 16, we got the Blues. They're just continuing to find ways to win. This team was at like 25 or 26 a while ago, and now they're up to 16. However, their numbers are dog shit. They're 44.4% on expected goals at 5-on-5. And they've been outscored 111-97 at full strength this season. Telling stats, but they keep finding ways to win. So it was tough to put them any lower. 15, the Devils. I've been screaming goaltending at this team the entire season, and they still need it. Plus, they have all the injuries. Whereas you'll see Carolina. Like, Carolina is in the same boat, but they don't have the injuries, and they're playing well. New Jersey's like discount Hurricanes, and it's not going well right now.
Well, you lose players to sex crimes, you're going to have some troubles.
Correct. And when Jack Hughes goes down, you're going to have problems. Any of the Hughes, actually. Pick a Hughes. It's going to be a problem if they get hurt. The Red Wings, they are now relying on Mr. Alex Lyon, who I can tell you is dog shit. He is a step below Devin Levi. That's how bad he is. They're finally getting it back into stride, except when they give up 6 assists to Connor McDavid. We'll talk about that. That team's finally starting to find their stride, and you can't just rely on Alex Lyon to get you to the promised land. So scared for the Wings, but maybe with Toronto losing Riley, they might be able to sneak on into the wild card picture. We'll see.
Yeah.
And right in front of them is the Toronto Maple Leafs, who we've already talked at nauseum about. I'm good on them right now.
They're going to play better with Riley out the 5 games, and they're going to realize that they have to trade away some superstar depth at forward for a proper defenseman. I don't think this organization knows how to do that, so I'm not banking on it.
I didn't think about it till you said it, but I like it. I think it's a good idea. I think you're going to be right, too. Number 12, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Victor Hedman having a Norris-type campaign. He's electric, dude. He's so good. One of the best defensemen we've seen in a minute.
Another team that we thought was going to be gone.
Correct. I've talked shit about them for the majority of the season, and all of a sudden they're right there. They just beat my Bruins in OT last night. I still think they're on the Pittsburgh trajectory, but I think they're a couple years ahead of that right now, and I'm going to walk back my my wash status slightly. I'm going to lessen it to a depth concern. How about that?
That's fair. That's fair.
11, Philadelphia Flyers. They've got 4 straight. They're 8 points ahead of the Devils for third place in the Metro right now. That division, we've talked about it, it's been so close, and we've been waiting for one of these the middle of the pack teams to kind of separate themselves. And with the goalie issues with New Jersey, with the injury issues with New Jersey, this Torts. I kept thinking Barry Trotz for a second. I don't know why. Probably because of the Capitals.
Yep.
Torts and Danny Briere, this Flyers-led team is better. Again, I've been kind of on this team, but better than we expected. They've been playing well, and I think they'll slip into a playoff spot. The spot I thought Pittsburgh would take is going to go to the Flyers.
Yeah.
Number 10, Winnipeg. They've been struggling. They have 6 goals in 6 games. And for a team that I had at the top of the power rankings for 2 weeks in a row, that's crazy.
They got one against San Jose right now.
There we go. 7 for 7.
You may want to find some scoring. They did add Sean Monahan, but it just hasn't clicked yet.
Do you think they're going to add somebody else?
Yeah, they would have to.
I agree.
I think they should.
I agree.
Yeah.
Especially with how good Vancouver's been. Number 9, the Hurricanes, like I talked about a little while ago, their biggest thing is goalie. They're goalie away. The rest of the team is awesome. They're playing really well, but they can't stop pucks. It's 17.29 goals above average this year.
Hurricanes are going to the Eastern Conference Finals this year.
Yeah, it's probably right.
I don't know if they're going to get to the Stanley Cup, and I think that the Canucks have a good chance of getting there in the West. There's a lot of other teams.
As long as they don't
Rangers.
Cannibalize each other, Panthers, Canes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably where I'd say Panthers, Canes. It might be Rangers, Canes, also a good matchup. Love to see
the Bruins do something, maybe, but I still don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I never did. I'm here for Raleigh. The atmosphere with the Canes looks crazy.
It's probably one of the best playoff atmospheres around.
I'm sure it is. I don't live anywhere near there. I've never experienced any Carolina sport, but
here's what's going to happen.
It looks electric.
I'm going to drive down, and I'll pick you up on the way.
Let's do it. Road trip.
Do a roadie.
Hit a Waffle House.
Hit a couple of Dunkins. We'll get enough. We're going to run entirely on Dunkin'.
Oh, yeah.
We need shout out sponsor. Someone sponsor because gas expensive as shit.
Facts. You know I'm not a coffee guy.
You don't need to be a coffee guy. You can eat the donuts.
All right. Bring it down. Oh, fine.
Right, Tal, we'll get you. Tal, which way, though? Are you, like, from me?
South, probably.
Like 4 hours? Or are you coming up to
guy, right?
Where do we, like, can I pick you up too? Do we got to, like, am I grabbing the house as we go to this game?
Let's do it, dude.
Empty out the back of the old SUV. Leave the tablet.
Shit, I need an SUV.
He'll meet us here. All right, deal.
I had a hatchback. Never had a hatch.
Yeah.
I got the car, didn't check the hatchbacks. I just assumed the trunk worked. And then after my, warranty or whatever was up, I was like, my trunk doesn't open. Yep. Never got it fixed. Checked it. I tried a million times, crawled back there, put some strain on the old ribs. The back didn't matter. 2 hours from Holt, I'll get him on the way. Oh, let's go. We get Patrick Holt in this bitch too? He's got snacks. He's going to have the best road trip snacks.
Yeah.
I've never seen him talk about anything but the Commanders and food.
It's true. All right.
We got the Avs at 8. They just need depth. Ryan Johansson is being paid to be a second line guy, and he's not. He's just not playing up to being that. They don't have Nishuskin, who I always struggle to say his name, so bear with me. But a lot of their second, third line guys are not there or not performing. And it's kind of just been the Nathan McKinnon show, and they've been struggling because of it. They are 1-3-1 in January, and we just kind of gotta get the ball rolling if you're the Avs here. I'm guessing we're probably going to see some deadline moves from a lot of these top teams, but the Avs being one of them. Number 7, the Knights. Jack Eichel's out. Jonathan Marchessault is in. He's got 10 goals in 11 games since Eichel's been out. And once you get Eichel back with Shane Theodore and you have Marchessault playing the way he is, they just got William Karlsson back before that, Aiden Hill back before that. Eventually, this Knights team is going to be healthy and they're going to be a problem. 6 Rangers, 5 games in a row. They're highly encouraging development with Shesterkin killing it the last game, shutout. 30 shots faced, 30 shots stopped. So maybe that gets him rolling a little bit. Yep. Another team that needs their depth guys to kind of step up because the bread man giveth, but the bread man also needeth. 5, the Stars, despite being the best defensive team in the league, or in terms of limiting expected goals, they really haven't had great goaltending. And this is coming from one of the biggest Jake Ottinger fans on the planet, especially with my Stars future. But the fact they're playing as well as they are with the stats they have at goalie right now is a testament to how good that team is. And pretty similar to another team in the top 5 here. But number 4, the Bruins. Honestly, I wish I could have put them lower. They've been really pissing me off lately. They beat the Canucks and they lose to every other team they face. Shout out the Capitals. We didn't participate that game. We decided, no, I won't be doing that. Lost in OT last night to the Lightning, a game we should have won. And we just, outside of Pasternak and Marchand, we're starting to get exposed. And this is what I fucking said was going to happen from the start of the year. Didn't have Taylor Hall. You didn't have Bertuzzi. You don't have Bergeron. We don't have that top forward depth. Guys like Zacha and Coyle are playing above expected.
Way above.
Jake DeBrusk is not a second line winger. He's not a guy that you can count on to get 25, 30 goals. He's just not. I know people want to believe in him like he is. He's not. And there's not a lot of guys on this team that are. We need to start calming shit together if they really want to get another cup run off, which they keep showing you that they're possibly capable of. This goalie tandem, the defense is playing well, but we don't have that guy. We do with Pasternak, but we don't have the second line, the third, the depth kind of things. Because also, did you see Marchand's goal I think it was 2 weeks ago now? He smacked Letang's stick out of the way to bring the puck back up. Disgusting. I just saw a replay of it the other morning. It made me think about it and how we didn't talk about it. But regardless, the Edmonton Oilers are number 3. The McDavid show, like I said earlier, 6 assists the other night, 8 goals against the Wings, and he had 6 assists.
Yeah, he's on a rip.
Very rarely do you go onto a hockey box score and any stat has 6. Yeah. You're like, wait, whoa, what the fuck was that? Especially when it's assists, goal. Yeah, wild.
Did all the work. Don't worry, guys. I got you.
I will do all of it.
Just get open.
Zach Hyman, breakout year.
Yeah, he's expensive on DraftKings, but yes, breakout year.
He's on base for 50-something goals.
Yeah, he was a potential yesterday when I was building lineups, and I looked and I was like, nope. Yeah, at that point, go McDavid. I almost went McDavid, but I went Darnell Nurse as the anchor, and it was worth it.
He came out, yeah.
He came out.
Number 2, Panthers. They got a win against the Avs on Saturday where I talked about the Avs kind of struggling. Barkov scored in that game, his first goal since December 16th. Kachuk didn't really play well at the start when Barkov was. Reinhardt's kind of been killing it the whole time. Barkov's starting to kind of come around from, at least from an offensive perspective. This, again, like the Stars, this team really hasn't clicked all year, and they're still number 2 in the power rankings. which is horrifying as somebody who absolutely fucking despises them. I hate that team, and they're so good, and it drives me crazy. Number one, the Vancouver Canucks, which, again, pains me because my Bruins beat them last week. As soon as we beat the Canucks, I was like, yes, Bruins going to be number one in the power ranking. We're going to kill it. Going to recover from that Calgary loss, smooth sailing. Nope, not the case. Horrible week, looked bad. The Canucks have looked absolutely unstoppable aside from that Boston game, but it just proves to me that the earth is still rotating in the correct direction. Elias Lindholm, he had a pair of goals in his debut. Still kind of curious what that means for Pettersson and the Canucks moving forward, especially with his contract coming up, but Lindholm fitting in just nicely as of now, and Vancouver's just killing it. We've talked about them every single week. I don't think they've been underneath 4 this entire season.
No, they're great. Really well played.
Yeah, I think they're probably the favorite.
Yeah. I don't want to do game of the week this week unless you've got one right off the top of your head.
I don't.
Then we're not worried about it. And I know you've got a Stone Stories.
I do. I got a quick one. This one's an oldie. Sometimes stories go onto my radar, you know. We like to kind of pull from the depths of the internet, the bowels of the internet, if you will.
Cockles of
yes, that works too.
The internet.
This one's a little, like I said, I like to try to bring you current, up-to-date things, but I was scrolling through Instagram just this morning, and I had to veer off because I was flabbergasted. According to UK General Medical Council, Dr. Simon Bramhall, a British surgeon who branded his initials on patients' liver, has been struck off the medical registrar. This guy would bring you in for a surgery, transplants, you know, people that need a new organ, livers, kidneys, that sort of thing. Yeah. Real good surgeon, smart guy, lots of school. He would like to do a little like
graffiti.
He would burn in his initials onto the organ that he was transplanting in with let me find the word for it. An argon beam coagulator, a device commonly used in surgeries to place his initials on transplanted organs of patients at the end of each surgery. So he'd get it in there, and right before he sews it up, he just goes a little like, exactly like Tao said, a little Monet, little Picasso,
little Zorro
on the bottom. Exactly. A little signature on the bottom of that thing. You got to let him know, right?
You got it.
Like, that's my work. I'm proud of it. I did a really good job on this transplant. Medical professionals do not believe so. Like I said, he lost his medical license. And this wasn't a one-time occasion. This happened twice on people that, like this Bramhall fellow, he performed surgery on a person. 2 different times that person needed that organ transplanted. Like, for whatever reason, you know what I mean? It's a cadaver organ. Maybe it gave out. I don't know how those things work. I didn't go to school.
Yep.
He then goes, all right, we're going to sign the thing on there. I lost where I was. I'm sorry, armchair.
It's all right.
Regardless, another doctor gets this organ out, and he goes, what the fuck is that signature? On the, like, who's writing on this liver, this kidney? What could it be? And exactly as Tao said, mortician in for a big time surprise. This doctor pulls out a liver, a kidney, and he's like, is that a tattoo? The fuck? Wild shit. He pled guilty to both counts of this, which again, there had to have been others, right? 2 random occasions where this person had to get a liver transplanted out, and there's a signature on both of them. There's got to be hundreds more. He was doing it every day. He's a surgeon. There's got to be a ton of them. Bramhall pled guilty to both counts, and he was sentenced to community orders with unpaid work and a fine of $13,000. Lost his medical license, never to be practicing again. But
hey, don't do crimes. That includes graffitiing organs. For last call, I want to talk about love for a second. All right, I'm going to bring you back. Yankees led Game 4 by 1 run in the 9th inning. A steal of second base by Red Sox base
Hold on,
runner
pause. I want to do an over under. How many days ago do you think I watched this?
Let's set it at 1.5, and I think it's under.
It's over, but barely. It was 3 days ago. I watched that.
Dave Roberts and a single by Bill Mueller off of Yankee closer Mariano Rivera tied the game. Big Pappy David Ortiz hits a home run in extra innings for the Red Sox to win. Ortiz a single winning game in Game 5 in the 14th inning. Kurt Schilling pitched 7 innings in Game 6 for the Sox.
Absolute dog. Horrible political positions, and just a bad guy. But God, what a pitcher!
His right sock came soaked in blood due to an ankle injury. Game 7 featured the Red Sox paying back New York for their Game 3 blowout with a dominant performance on the road, anchored by Derek Lowe blasting 2 Johnny Damon home runs, including an upper deck grand slam. Ortiz was named MVP of the series. The Red Sox go on to sweep the Cardinals, winning the World Series, and of course, breaking the curse of the Bambino. How can you not love baseball when we're in this kind of mood?
It's the best. How can you not be romantic about baseball, Armchair?
It's you gotta love baseball. I just wanted to talk about a bit.
Listen, that.
And I am a Blue Jays fan, but I'm going to tell you, I was pulling for the Sox every second of that series because fuck the Yankees.
It just it literally brings me back to being like a 5-year-old kid, and it's just the best. It's probably my favorite memory ever.
You get
for
goosebumps every time.
Every time. There's nothing that'll make me tear up quicker than some 04 Red Sox highlights. I'll tell you what.
I will watch it. Absolutely, Tom. This is also comment of the day. Fuck the Yankees. I like cream corn and fuck the Yankees. All right, that does it this week. Apologies for the internet connection issues. We'll see if we can figure that out next week. Thank you, everyone, for jumping in. Thanks to Dubs for carrying us. Happy Valentine's Day to the partners in your lives out there, for letting you out of their grasps to come hang out with us. We will see you next week.
And if you're watching in post, I hope dinner was fantastic.
Yeah. If you're watching in post, hit subscribe to the newsletter. Share out the YouTube, like us on Facebook. Let's get this thing rolling. We'll see you next week.
Run up the Twitch.